what is a pet peeve you have against Suketu? I know you have a ton, but just pick one, please.
Oh my god, there's so many flooding in my brain right now. Mosquitoes had a sex party on my leg.
They literally did. I'm not gonna lie.
Like I'm wearing a kurti that covers my cheeks.
Yeah, that's important, guys.
Not getting sick, knock on wood.
No diarrhea. Can you believe that?
That's incredible.
I can't believe it. Would Suketu have given her a chance again? And I would have not. There's no way I would have given this beautiful woman here a second chance.
Stop.
You're just now. What is your favorite thing about India? Put it closer to your face, though.
India?
There you go.
This week, we are in India, guys, and we're going to be answering some of your questions with some very special guests. We had to make this episode super special. One, because we're in India, and two, with some special guests. So let's get into it, Half Past Crew.
Welcome to
Half Past Cha.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Half Past Cha. My name is Suketu.
And my name is Hallie.
And if you can't already tell, we're a married interracial couple. I'm Indian.
I'm super white.
And that's what we talk about. We talk about being an interracial couple. We talk about relationship advice and share some experiences that we've had. But also, you guys go to www.halfpastcha.com where you guys submit your own questions and stories. And that's what this whole episode is about today. We have some special guests. We have a lot of questions from you all. So let's get into it. We release new podcast episodes every Monday at 7 a.m. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Like this video if you haven't already. And if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure you give us a like. Rate this podcast 5 stars because that helps the algorithm a ton. Thank you so much for spending your Monday with us. So settle in, get cozy, and grab your cha.
We don't even have cha right now. It's a little bit late in the day. We were going to have it, but we're also about to have dinner. And we didn't want to overdo it because we've been living it up in India and we've overdone it just a smidge on the food.
And if you guys hear noises outside and stuff, it's gonna happen. We're outside, there's motorcycles, we live on a road that's like right here, so ignore that. But we're so excited.
It's ambiance. Yeah, it adds.
We're really excited because you guys sent in some great questions, and when my parents have time, we do have one question for them. There's a ton that you sent in. We're gonna get started with the first question. Hallie, you ready?
We're just diving right in. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna face the camera.
This is a little bit of a longer question. I found out about you guys a few days ago and went on a binge. I love you both. You two are literally the best couple on YouTube. Wow, thank you.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
My question is, if you were in each other's boots and Hallie is the one who broke up with Suketu instead of the other way around, let's say her family was super conservative and wasn't sure about marrying a brown guy. Then, number one, how would have Hallie maneuvered the situation after breaking up? Like, would she have tried to get back together after the family pressure, just like Suketu had? Or, and then number two was, would Suketu have given her a chance like Hallie did? Interesting question.
First off, I thought you said boobs instead of boots.
No, I said boots, not the other one.
Okay, so remind me of the first part. That one's for me.
Yes.
So if the situation were flip-flopped.
If instead your family made you kind of break up, what would you do?
Oh, okay. So assuming it's, like my parents were like, oh, you're Christian, he's Hindu, it's not going to work. Like, you have to break up. And then I was like, okay, we have to break up. See, I probably would have done the same thing, to be honest with you, because I am a deep people pleaser to my core. And I think it would have been really hard for me to go against what my parents say. So like, I can't be mad at the situation, right? Like years later now I've processed it. I mean, I'm a little irritated, just a smidge, but like, I get it now. You know what I mean? Like if I were in that situation, I think it would have been so hard for me to go against something that my parents say and do it anyways.
Let me just put my own input into this. Hallie thinks a lot. And so what I've seen from my observations is that no, she does, like, there's like this, I don't know how to say it, but like a need to make sure that her parents are proud of her. Is that true?
I've gotten it. I mean, because I got so much love as a kid that I think like now I like am like, oh, I need it or something's wrong, you know?
Hallie's biggest fear when she was a kid was disappointment.
Yeah.
That was it.
I hate disappointing people. I did. Let me rephrase that. Gotten a lot better.
Okay.
Here come our special guests.
Before we go into the second part of that question, we do have our special guest right here in the back. So they're going to come around, right? Can you guys come around here? Hallie's going to ask the first person a question.
We have two of the four most special guests we could have. All right. Both of all four being our parents.
I'll get up and then you'll ask my mom the question. Ready?
Oh. Okay. Welcome to. This is so funny. Welcome to Half Past Cha, where we drink cha while we spill it. What is your favorite thing about India since being here? You come here every year, so I want to know what your favorite thing is about coming to India.
Everything.
It's hard. I know. There are lots of options.
Hard. See, I don't have to go to work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the most important.
That's a big one. That's a big one because you're here for a month, so you take the whole month off work, and this is like a vacation, even though you're busy doing things. Well, definitely your favorite food is pani puri. That's the favorite street food that you like to find. Shopping. Oh, pav bhaji.
Yeah.
Shopping. The shopping has been great. Jewelry, clothes. Yes. What else have we been shopping for? So many different things. Not too much. Suketu, stop. Clothes. Food. Yeah, you have responsibilities, but it's different. You're with people. You get to see people you don't see super often.
That's right.
Now, on to our next special guest, Mr. Patel.
That's too heavy, Suku.
A little bit this way, but G-Bog is too much. Now, what is your favorite thing about India? Put it closer to your face, though.
India?
Put it. Yeah, there you go. What's your favorite thing?
I can watch my field and then check.
You like watching the mango farm and the chiku farms, making sure they're doing what they need to be doing.
Yeah, I have to check like he doing good. Yeah.
You like relaxing here?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Anything? Just that?
That's it.
That's it. There you go. That's why they like to come here to India every single year. All right. Done. Next, that was it, everybody. Thank you so much. Now, because we did that for you guys, you guys have to like this video right now. Please like this video because it is not easy to get my parents to do that. All right.
They did not.
They're very nervous people when it comes to getting on the video. But you guys, everybody is, okay? People who aren't in front of the camera are very nervous around the camera.
Oh, absolutely. No, and I completely understand that because like 5 years ago, you could not have paid me to do something like this. Okay, I would have been so uncomfortable. It just would have sent me over the edge. But that was great. Yeah, just to sum it up, I think your parents love so much just the freedom and that they have here. Like, yeah, they have responsibilities, but she's not, like your mom, for example, is not going to her 9-to-5 job. Like it's so different than America. If you come to India, it's a different vibe here. Time is not even a real thing. Like, I don't even know what's today. What day is today?
I have no idea. Today's a Tuesday. January 28th.
Your laptop says Tuesday.
But it is different. Time just passes different. But also the people who work here, it's different for them too. Like, yes, they're working, but it's just a different vibe because the people they're working with are usually the people that are living in the village with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just
there's
so
just
different.
so much camaraderie. Is it? Maybe that's a good word.
And that's just here in like the smaller village areas. Like, I don't know what it's like in Mumbai or the bigger cities like New Delhi. Like, I don't know what that's like. And so I can't give you that perspective. But because I'm from a small village in India, this is the perspective that I see, and it's super peaceful. It's like it's just like living out in the country in America, right? And I bet it's the same vibe, but I bet it's also not the same vibe as this, where every single person on this street, on that street, knows each other. Like, every single one of them. And most of them are family. If there's a wedding, every single person in the village is going to that wedding. There's like 3,000 people that are going to go to the same wedding, which is crazy to me. And so it's just different.
It is, yeah. And like, just going back to the people here, like, you see the same people every day. Like, every morning I see the same woman bring milk that she got from her cows, and then like the same people. Like, it's just so cool for somebody who didn't grow up experiencing this. It's just so, I guess I just can't find the word for it. It just feels so right and calming, and like, this is the happiness and joy and contentment that people feel here. That's what life should be like. You know what I mean? And that's like, every time I've come here now, that's the lesson that I bring home with me, is that we get so caught up in things that don't matter at home, right? like I don't know. Perspective is broadened here. It just changes. It just I don't know. Everything feels magical in a weird way. Is that a good way to describe it? I don't know. It's just I'm so content.
We have a ton more questions about India that are coming up. You guys have to continue watching, but I want to give this person I want to do the right thing and answer this person's question because they submitted it. It was a great question. So we just talked about how Hallie would handle that situation. She is a people pleaser.
Yeah.
And she wants the approval of her parents. And I think it's because of the love she got, right? We talked about that.
So that, and I think because of the age that we were at, I think I would have been like, okay, I'll do it. Yeah. But I would have put up a fight, but I would have probably ended up doing it because I was so young. Now, different story. I don't care. I would do what I want to do, what makes me happy. So I guess for me personally, I don't know if this is anybody else, but my frontal lobe didn't develop for a long time. So I think, is that funny to you?
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
She's got a small frontal lobe.
Yeah, yours is smaller. Just kidding.
All right.
No, but I think for me, it depended. Why does that sound wrong? I've been not working for too long. It depended. Past tense.
Yeah.
It depended on the age that I was. So there's that.
Then the question for me was, would Suketu have given her a chance again? And I would have not. There's no way I would have given this beautiful woman here a second chance.
Stop.
You're just,
babe.
If she breaks up with me, then she doesn't love me. That's what I would think about. But to be honest, if she did break up with me, I wouldn't stop thinking about the fact that she didn't love me.
Yeah. That's haunted me to this day.
So
I'm not going to lie to you.
That'd be tough.
Yeah, like 9 years, 8.5 years later, that still haunts me a little bit, hearing the words come out of your mouth. Well, I just don't love you anymore.
Wow. Well, I wanted to leave this part out of the question because I thought it was kind of funny. At the end of the question it said, or would he have just moved on since he was popular with the lip dub?
Oh, get out.
Listen, you know
Get
what?
out.
That's a good assumption.
You know,
honestly.
I was popular too. The men we were in high school.
true.
The boys wanted me.
That is true.
Dog! Oh, do you want me to get crackers and feed it?
Okay, we'll get crackers after the podcast.
Okay.
How about that? Can women wear leggings in India, or is tight clothing not advised? If you can't
Exhibit A.
see, if you can't see the video, everybody, Hallie is putting her legs up right now, and she is wearing leggings.
I am.
I think leggings are fine as long as you're not like wearing a crop top with leggings.
Yeah, that'd be odd. Like I'm wearing a kurti that covers my cheeks.
Yeah, that's that's important. Cover your cheeks, not just in India, but
Everywhere.
everywhere.
I don't want to see your cheeks hanging out.
So
Sometimes it looks good, like on the right person. Like if you're at the beach, it makes sense that your cheeks hang out in a swimsuit.
guys,
I'm getting too much into this.
India has changed so much.
Yeah.
I see, like, we go to the track every morning to run.
And I wear leggings.
And Hallie wears leggings, and there's
Athletic
girls
leggings.
Exercising.
They
and
wear
they're wearing
shorts? Like they're knee length shorts,
But-
not like
American shorts, right?
not like
But-
what I wear in the Americas.
But it's different. Like the times are changing here. People are starting to westernize a little bit more when it comes to clothing, when it comes to their everything, like their just their mindset on certain things. People have pets here. Like we've seen so many. Like there's dogs
love
that people have pets. There's a German Shepherd. Our neighbor has a German Shepherd,
And
which
he
is
rides on his owner's motorcycle in the front with him.
literally
like,
on
oh
the
my
front of the
God.
motorcycle. There's a German Shepherd, and he's just chilling with
Peak
his tongue
cuteness. Oh, yeah, that's what they do.
Yep. It's fantastic. I love
Yeah.
it. And it's changing in a good way, which is awesome.
Yeah, but to answer that question, just don't wear short. I mean, okay, I don't know. People say in Mumbai that women wear shorts. I've only been there one time. I wouldn't really know. But here in the village where it's more chillaxed, I would say definitely, wear pants, wear flowy pants, wear tight pants, wear whatever, just as long as they're past your knee. Or dresses, skirts, whatevs.
All right. The next question is about what has been the hardest thing about adjusting to life in India?
I think we've talked about this a few times, and every time that I go on a vacation or like take time off of work, it's like a stress detox. It takes me like a week for the stress to leave my body because I'm just like so pent up. Like I'm like, oh my God, we have to do this and this isn't right. And oh my gosh, I didn't do this before I left. And blah, blah, blah. Like none of it matters. Like nothing matters. I think that's been the biggest adjustment for me. And that happens every single time I take any time off work. that I feel guilty almost for taking a break. And I think it's just like fully a stress detox where it just takes me literally probably like a week, 4 to 6 days to like fully enjoy something.
It took Hallie a while. For me, when I come here, I'm in vacation mode. I am super relaxed. Everything comes easy. It's not a big deal. I don't know. It's just fantastic. And to get deep a little bit, Hallie did struggle at the first week, and there were times where she didn't know, like she missed home, which is very reasonable thing, right?
But like,
But
not
it's-
a lot though, but I think I don't know, like I'm PMSing maybe. I'm just like extra emotional or something where like that made me upset. I missed Sylvie, so I started crying. Like something happened a couple times, like 2 things happened and like that made me cry. So it's just like, that's not who I am. Like I'm not the kind of person that gets upset about things like that normally. I think it's just so much stress, like with work and everything else at home, and like I'm not super happy at home, to be completely transparent. Like right now in Indiana, like weather sucks, can't do much. Like I stay home most of the time. Like I don't really get out, and I know I need to push myself to maybe do those things and make my situation a little bit better. So I think just all of that combined with some things here not being in my control.
That's what I was gonna say.
I'm so bad at, we're both bad at not being in control
It's
of things.
terrible that I can't just get in a car and go where I want to go.
That's a big one.
And
That's a
so
big
I've
one.
been learning the little scooter, and
It's cute.
it's
They're
nice.
so cute.
I can drive it now.
Yeah.
And I can go here and there, but the driving here is so crazy that I still don't feel comfortable on the main roads. I really got to understand the honking situation, the flashing situation where you got to flash your lights, and it's not as easy as it looks.
It does not look easy.
And so if I
Just
were to
wanna
drive
say
a
that.
car, it would take me a while. Like I would have to really be focused at figuring it out, because it is not easy. And that's the hardest thing. I have to rely on others. Like we have to call somebody to come pick us up, take us there, and then that person has to wait for us to finish whatever we're doing. And so that makes me feel bad, even though it shouldn't, because it's their job to be the driver. But like it's different.
Yeah, I want perfect example of like we can't just like go anywhere, right? Like I think that's hard. And the other thing too that like really stressed me out is that I'm very not picky, but like when I'm at home, I eat what I know is going to be good for me and fuel me, and I also have my exercise routine that I'm very strict about.
Yeah, and that.
Did you
and-
say something?
No. I was talking to myself.
Oh, he looked at me and like something was wrong, and I'm like, what?
I was thinking about what I was going to say, because the thing I struggle with is that I can speak Gujarati very well, but the issue is numbers. Like, let's say if I go somewhere and they're like, okay, how many grams? I'm like,
Well, that's conversions.
Well,
that's different. I understand that.
I think I said something like the only like big number that I really know is saw, right? So 100.
100?
So I got 100 grams of jelly bean. It was like this much. And they were like, okay, it's going to be this many rupees or whatever it may be. I only know saw. So when they asked me like how much it was and they didn't say saw, I was like, well, I don't know how many rupees that is. I think it was like 150 rupees,
Yeah.
which is like Iksa or no. I don't even know. I'm not going to
That's
say it.
100. Exo?
No. I don't know what I'm going to say. I'm sorry. If you're Gujarati, I'm sorry, okay? Don't come at me. But it's difficult for me to like pay for certain things, because I don't know what they are asking for. So I'll just be like, here's this. And they're like, okay. And then if they wait, I give them another 100. And then I'm like, wait, is this right? Am I doing this right? And so that's the only
They always
downside.
giggle. Like it's
Yeah.
funny. They look at you and they're like,
They do.
okay, more. So that's always funny. But your Gujarati is great, and you've really gotten back into the flow of speaking it with everybody. So kudos.
Thank you.
Doing a great job. And he's doing a great job. I just want to give you another pat on the back. Literally. I think I got this. No, it's
Thank you.
okay.
There's a freaking mosquito. It's getting.
Oh, no,
the
I
sun's
wasn't-
going down, so there's gonna be more mosquitoes.
Oh my gosh. The second day that I was here, the mosquitoes had a sex party on my leg.
They literally did. I'm not gonna lie.
Literally,
There's-
I didn't put it anywhere. I thought I was going to die, but I'm okay. It's fine. Mosquitoes here are just different. They're built different, and they had a party on my leg. But you're doing a really great job of speaking Gujarati to somebody and then translating that to me so that I feel included, which is really nice.
Yeah, I've been
so
very
thank you. You're an amazing
focused.
husband.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've been very focused on that this time
I know,
around.
I can tell. Your brain, I mean, seriously, like, I can't comprehend how hard that would be to go, like, back and forth. I don't know how to
I'm
do
a good
that.
translator, everybody. If anybody
really
needs a
good
Gujarati translator, let me know.
He's your guy.
What is the hardest thing what is something about Indian culture that's completely surprised Hallie?
About Indian culture. I mean, I feel like this trip or just in
Maybe
general.
let's say from this trip to India, what is the single most crazy thing that surprised you?
Let me get my list, baby.
Could I have some water?
Yeah. I don't know what that was. Like, one thing that, like, really shocked me, I can't think of, like, I haven't ranked these yet in terms of, like, what shocked me. I'm going to make this into a video because, like, these are some things that I've learned. The first thing that I have is that even though a road is under major construction, it's still open for use and you will drive on that road. Learned that last night.
Oh, that is pretty crazy, guys.
I mean, it's like not a drivable road
we were
in America.
the
It would
back seat, and this road was the most insane experience that I've ever had. Like, I'm not queasy and I don't throw up easy, but I thought I was going to throw up.
I thought I was going to as well, so we just would have thrown up on each other. That would have
bad.
been freaking terrible. Oh my gosh.
What's one misconception about India that you realized wasn't true after visiting?
People say how, like, dirty and gross this place is. And listen.
It's not as clean as, America.
Yeah, and it's not. But come on, there are dirty places in America as well.
Oh, yeah.
And yet people say America is clean. So, come on.
Go to Skid Row.
Yeah.
Go to a big city and if you go to some of the alleyways in New York City or anything like that, or Trash Day in New York City. Have you guys seen Trash Day in New York City? It's pretty disgusting.
Guys, New York City is our favorite place in the entire world, and it's disgusting. So it's not fair to generalize all of India as being dirty and gross, okay?
Is this not beautiful behind me right now? Come on.
I mean, you have to understand that there are a ton of people here, and any area with a ton of people is not going to be spotless. That's one thing I've been thinking about a lot recently, because I don't view this place as dirty. I view it as beautiful, and maybe it's just because I'm biased because you're from here and I love it so much. But that's one thing that just drives me crazy. Like, I remember somebody came up to your mom that, like, works with her and was like, "Oh my gosh, you're from India?" And, like, stupid guy. And she was like, "Yes." And he said, "Well, like, don't people, like, throw poop at each other there?" And, like, how disrespectful to say to somebody, do not talk trash about a place that you know nothing about, and do not generalize. That just drives me insane right there. So that is one thing that really bothers me. And I don't think you should talk about things that you don't know anything about. India, to me, it has a lot of people. It's not going to be spotless. It's not going to be clean to United States standards. I mean, come on, if you really go to any other country besides United States, people are going to consider that dirty. Okay? I love it here. So that's one of the biggest misconceptions, I think.
The biggest misconception that I think in terms of when I visited is it's probably like the dangerous part of India.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think it is dangerous. I would say when it comes to if you're traveling alone and you're a foreigner, but if you have the right people around you, I don't think it's dangerous at all, especially if you're going to areas like smaller villages, not touristy places. Look, every touristy place in every single country is going to be dangerous. You go to France towards the Eiffel Tower, people are going to try and scam you. People are going to try and steal your purse. If you go to the Taj Mahal, there's going to be scammers around that area. If you go to any place that's huge, that is a tourist location, that's going to happen. It's not a dangerous place if you know the right places to go. Okay, how about that?
Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, any place can be dangerous. Yeah, I understand, again, with, like, the amount of people and everything that, like, if you are coming, if I came here without you, like, yeah, I'd be concerned because, like, I wouldn't know what to do. I would be a little scared, and I feel like I would fall for things, and luckily I have you.
But at the same time, I feel like people would help you knowing that,
Correct.
hey, this person might be lost in this situation. They'll try and help you get to the right place.
Yes.
And I would say that even in Mumbai, that would happen.
Yeah, I agree with you. But just to play devil's advocate, there are some bad people out there. Anywhere you go, not just here, anywhere. Europe, literally, yeah, I don't know, anywhere.
Russia.
I mean, there are bad people all over the world, and so it's kind of, just in general in life, it's kind of hard to know who to trust. But I'm lucky enough that you're from here, my family's here, and I know all the things. I don't know all the things, I'm just kidding. But you know all the things, and your parents know all the things. And so that is really good. And that, yeah, I mean, I feel very safe. I feel very welcomed by everybody personally. And although I don't speak Gujarati very well at all, I can just kind of pick up on things here and there. I still feel like I'm really part of the conversation and part of situations, which is wonderful.
Is Hallie eating raw fruits and veggies in India? I recently went to Mumbai and was scared of potential tap water contamination. So basically ate only cooked foods.
We're very careful about the water. We've really gotten it down to a science. We've gotten it down to a science. I'm fist bump. I'm like really proud of us. We've done an amazing job.
Guys.
Not getting sick, knock on wood.
No diarrhea. Can you believe that?
That's incredible.
I can't believe it.
I've never had it while I've been here, ever.
I'm honestly kind of shocked.
We've like done a really good job. We've had grapes, strawberries,
and they've all been washed in normal water. You need to really watch, like, we wash all our water in Bisleri water.
All our fruits and vegetables.
So it's not just like purified water that comes out of a bottled water. There's like places in your village, in the city, that you can get clean water. And that's what you wash your fruits and vegetables with. It's okay to eat your veggies. If somebody like on the street hands you a fruit, take your water bottle, pour some water on it, eat it. It's okay. You'll be fine.
That's the biggest thing, is carry around your own bottle of water. Don't just drink water if somebody hands it to you. You can, one, ask if it's Bisleri water, which I can't really say how much of the time it is. But I would say decent amount of time it is. But if you're just at a restaurant and somebody pours it from like a jug or something, probably don't drink that. Speaking from experience, I have almost drank something like that quite a few times and have not done it. And I'm really happy that I did not, because your girl has not been sick. It's been phenomenal. But yeah, I would say just be careful. Ask where the water's coming from. Go buy a water bottle. It's not that expensive. And just, make sure that you ask questions and really understand, like, what's being washed with what. Like, there are certain street foods that we won't eat because it's washed with water.
Yeah.
Like Bani
I
Bodi.
always ask, first things first, I always ask, are you using Bisleri water? And if they say yes, then I'm like, okay, let's go. Mm-hmm. And also,
always ask.
Cooked foods are the way to go if you don't want to get sick.
Yeah.
So you did a great job at that. Like, if you want to eat hot dabeli, if you want to eat hot pav bhaji, that's good. That's good. Don't eat pani puri that you don't trust is actually made with Bisleri water, okay?
And just another tip that I have is, when you're brushing your teeth, this is something that other people have told me and I want to pass it down. Don't like drink from the sink and like wash your toothbrush and everything from the sink. Like, I would use a water bottle. We always have, and we've been good.
It's so like hard to remember that though, like, because you're so used to like washing your face or like
under your
drinking
faucet.
a little bit of water from the faucet. Don't do that. That's bad. Also, like when you're taking a shower, sometimes like I get water in my mouth and I'll like swallow it. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But don't do that either.
Yeah, what?
I spit it out. Sometimes water gets in my mouth when
Oh.
I'm showering.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that happens naturally. It gets in my eyes, it gets in my mouth, gets in your crack for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But nothing you can do about
The
it.
crack is hard to avoid.
Well, it's just kind of there. It's literally there. But it's kind of hard to avoid that. But when you're in the shower, just don't like open your mouth and drink the water like you're really thirsty or anything. Just avoid doing that.
There's another question that somebody wanted to ask Hallie. I want to know, how was the adoption of and integrating into a Indian culture and family as a daughter-in-law that is not of Indian ethnicity? I fear that the family that I'm about to go into will not like me for who I am, and because I'm not Indian. I'm unsure of how to approach meeting them, and I want to know how to have a good relationship with my in-laws. What do you recommend?
I would say the biggest thing, number one, is don't think that they won't like you. They're going to love you. Don't change anything about yourself to try and fit in with anybody. That's rule number one. It's the golden rule of life, is be who you are, embrace it, love every part of
An
yourself.
example is when Hallie tells a really funny joke and my parents just stare at her because they don't get the joke.
Wait, what? How
That's-
does that make sense?
I love that.
oh, like I don't. I
Because
just
she doesn't change herself for anyone. Okay, be yourself.
see, like, and you have to. The thing with that is that you have to be okay with not everybody loving that. Don't change who you are just to get somebody to like you, because then you're going to end up hating parts of yourself, and it's just not worth it. But yeah, I love that. I tell jokes and I act as myself no matter what, in any circumstance, because I think it's important. If the right people find me funny, then they find me funny. But I would say the biggest thing you can do is just ask questions, like specifically, well, before we got married as well. Before, during, and after, ask a lot of questions. Like genuinely come from a place of wanting to know, of curiosity, and ask what this means, what this means. I assume this person is not Hindu. So, I mean, I'm not Hindu. I'm Christian. We all know that. So definitely ask questions. Nobody is going to fault you for wanting to know things. And I think that's a really good way to connect and bond with your in-laws. I mean, that's huge. Take interest in the culture. I mean, I assume that if you're with somebody from Indian culture, you have a genuine interest and there's something about it you love. Talk about that. Ask questions. Ask to help prepare food, or like ask what things are. Ask questions to your in-laws or to your family. Try to get to know them, or just really kind of go out of your way just a little bit to show that you care. I mean, yes, you're a little bit of an outsider, but if you slowly start to integrate yourself and act interested and show that you care and want to be a part of the family and show up, then like I'm part of this family. I am a Patel by default. Yeah. But I mean, just care, basically, to sum it up, care about things.
Speaking of religion, did it play a big factor when it came to marriage?
It did, because we had 2 separate weddings.
Short answer, guys. Yes, it's always going to play a big factor. Make sure you guys are aligned on whatever you believe in.
But it can, either go well or it can go poorly if you talk about it versus if you don't talk about it.
Yes, so that's why you need to talk about early and often.
Talk about the uncomfortable things.
Hallie, I'm only giving you one chance and one thing to say for this next question, okay? What is a pet peeve you have against Suketu? I know you have a ton, but just pick one, please.
Oh my God, there's so many flooding in my brain right now. Probably when you just over dramatize any situation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Moving on. My goodness. I try to avoid it, but sometimes it's difficult.
No, it's really not. Just be normal.
Yeah.
It's okay. Just chill out.
I'll try my best. Okay. Hallie, what were your parents' view on dating an Indian boy? Were there any disagreements?
Not really disagreements, just questions.
Questions.
About the whole, again, religion, culture.
How was his skin brown? I bet that was a question.
How is it brown? I'm pretty sure they know how it's brown. You were kind of born here.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so some questions.
I don't think they were concerned about that. Just questions like, and that wasn't until later on. I would say when we first started dating, obviously my dad's going to be a dad and be like, oh, well, what are your intentions with my daughter? Did he ever ask you that?
He didn't ever ask me that, but he did give me a firm handshake.
That's what you do.
I studied up on things he's interested in, football and stuff like that. And I was like, hey, look, this game's on. And we talked about that
Did
for a
you
little bit.
not watch football before?
I don't think so. I'm not a super into sports, but
respect.
Yeah,
to
I
you
did my
for
research. But yeah, it worked out in the end. There wasn't that many questions.
Oh, that must mean you really love me or something.
Yeah, I really seriously, I tried my hardest to be good first impression on her parents.
That's amazing. But yeah, I wouldn't say that any concerns came up until later. They never had a problem with me dating you ever. Yeah. And they've never had an opinion, they've never had a bad opinion. Yeah. They've always had good opinions on the Indian culture. So it was never doomed from the start, right? They never had a problem with it. And they loved you and welcomed you, honestly, from day one.
I think the one thing they were concerned about was, is he a good speller? Right?
Oh.
Because, the Indian people, they know how to spell. I was not a good speller. So I didn't tick that box, which was a big red flag.
I'm a good speller. It balances out. You're good at things that I'm not good at, and that's okay.
That's okay.
But I would say, yeah, the only the cultural questions came into play, I think, when we broke up.
Yeah.
Like,
That was bad.
oh, well, it probably wouldn't
Guys.
have worked out anyways. And I was like,
I
oh my God.
went over to her house and her dad looked me straight in the eyes. This was like 4 days after I broke up with her and made her cry for 4 days, right? So
He wanted you dead.
he looked at me like in the eyes, and then he kissed Hallie on the forehead and still kept eye contact. And I thought I was gonna die. Literally thought I was gonna die.
They
But
both came. So like normally he would pick me up and they wouldn't come outside, but you picked me up that day. They
But
both came outside.
they came outside, and I was very scared. They did a good job of the intimidation tactic, and it worked.
Intimidation.
Yeah.
Did you say intimidation?
I don't know what I said.
Intimidation.
I'm getting
I think you're
intimidated
still.
right
I
now.
know. It's okay.
It was a scary moment in my life.
Yeah, I understand that.
What has been your favorite Indian snack since you've been here?
Snack.
Yeah. That could be like breakfast item or anything.
That's so hard. Cardi biscuits. Cardi biscuits.
Cardi biscuits.
Oh my God.
It's like those
they just-
flaky biscuits that you put in your jaw. It is honestly the best thing in the world.
That and come on.
Kumar. Really
It's
good.
Khaman. It's come on actually.
Kumar. You tell me Gujarati people. I'm saying it right probably. That's how I've heard it said. What's have
I believe you. But people on the internet tell me it's come on.
Did you get sick yet? How is your
No.
stomach handling it?
No, thank you for asking. No, I'm golden.
Guys,
Like I said, we figured it out.
this is insane.
We hacked the system.
We kept a good track of the water. We slept and ate a ton on the plane. So we were hydrated. We were fueled up.
Well, let me stop right there.
Okay.
Actually, I did have a little bit of a hiccup. And it was when we first got here because I have asthma. My lungs suck. And so thank God I brought this with me, but I brought allergy medication and my inhaler. I use my inhaler every time before I go on a run because it just opens up my lungs and helps me breathe a little bit more. I've had asthma for like 10 years. It's okay. But flying that long on a plane with high altitude, the really dry airplane air and the dust in the air here, I was having an asthma attack. So my lungs were like real clenched up, really tight. It felt like somebody, if you have asthma, you know what it feels like, but it feels like somebody sitting on your chest and you just can't get a good breath in. And because of that, your body's not getting as much oxygen. So you just feel kind of lethargic and like you don't feel good. And that was the first day and a half of being here.
Yeah.
And so I think I figured out what happened to me last time. Actually, this is a really pivotal moment, realization in my life. When that happens, it feels like you're dehydrated. And so I was like, oh my gosh, well, I have to drink a ton. I have to drink a ton of water. And I don't think I was eating as much. Like, because the plane, yeah, I ate, but like I'm not eating like regular times. Like it was weird.
You were starting to do the same thing you did last time.
Yeah. And so because it would like hurt when I pee and like I felt like I couldn't get enough water, but it just turns out my chest was like really tight. And bringing my inhaler and using that,
That saved your life.
it saved my life. If I really think I would have repeated what happened last time because I think I overhydrated myself, which somehow like
That's really bad.
I also induced mono and like dehydrated myself. It was like a whole thing. And I just like had a fever. So I don't know, because I think this time I already started overhydrating myself and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stop drinking water because this is not working. Like I'm feeling terrible. And so I stopped and I would have like a soda, I'd have jha, like I'd have different kinds of drinks and I would eat a lot.
Yep.
And I didn't realize I hadn't had an asthma attack in so long that I forgot what it felt like. And so I realize now that like after a few days of being here and adjusting to the air and not being in an airplane, and I mean, because we have like 9-hour flights, you guys, that's a long time. We have 2-hour flight, 9-hour, like that's a lot. So being up in the air that long and me breathing in that air, I'm going to use my inhaler before I get on the plane this time, 1,000%, because that seriously saved me. And because of that, I'm good.
Anybody who have weak lungs, take that hint. Take your inhaler, okay?
Yeah, get an inhaler if they suck.
How did you handle hate comments about being an interracial couple? In one ear, out the other.
It was an adjustment. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat the fact that it was really hard for me to get used to because I'm a people pleaser. At least I was. Now, after sitting with myself for a long time, I realized that I don't care about anyone's opinion besides my own. And also, I care about your opinion. But anybody else, it goes in one ear, out the other. But again, I think it takes putting yourself in such a vulnerable situation of putting everything you do online and your opinions and the way you look and like just doing it anyways to not care, because you're going to get hate no matter what. And so if you just get used to it, then nothing can bother you.
how did my parents drop the news to family that we were together?
How did they?
So I think there was some like a little bit of hesitancy the first like time they said it, and there was a little bit of drama behind it, but I think that's gonna happen because I don't know what it is about Indian culture, but they love to cause drama out of nothing.
Stir the pot.
Stir the pot.
Mm.
They like to, you know, like the aunties like to have their own opinions. The word gets around quick, so if one auntie hears about it, all the aunties are going to hear about it, and if one auntie hears about it from another auntie, and they're going to be going to my mom, and they're going to be like, why didn't you tell me about this before, blah, blah, blah.
Dang.
It just happens. And you just kind of have to do the same thing, like hate comments, in one ear, out the other, and just deal with it.
Even though that's your family and you're like surrounded in it, you
thing
can't
is-
just turn your phone off and escape it.
The thing is, the best cure to that is time.
Time.
It just takes time. And so that's how you handle that situation. The longer you are with your significant other, if they're white, doesn't matter who they are. It's just, it just takes time.
How long you sit with yourself in that situation?
Yeah. Are you planning on getting another cat?
Oh,
No.
I
Sylvie's
don't
the queen,
know.
and she can't handle another cat.
she is, but I'm not gonna lie. I see so many videos on Instagram where it says, because like we leave Sylvie alone a lot, and cats can get depressed, and so I think if we were to get another cat, I don't know.
We'll think about it.
Then it would keep her busy, and she'd have somebody to hang out with when we're not home.
If we had to swap lives, Hallie, what's one thing you'd struggle with the most?
Ugh.
That means we're swapping not only lives but bodies.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
Probably having a penis would be difficult for
Well,
me.
for me, it's
I
like I don't think I'd be able to concentrate. I'd just look in the mirror because I'd be so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. That's why.
So that's something I'd struggle with. I wouldn't be able to concentrate. I'd just look in the mirror all day.
Definitely. Okay, so like specifically switching bodies with you, like I couldn't handle being blind.
Oh,
That would suck. I don't know what you'd do with like two fully working eyes.
I am blind, guys. So that's one.
Or
bad
like
thing.
your ears messed up. Well, okay, I don't know. I think just in general, if I were to swap bodies with you or with anyone, I would just be like freaked out because like I'm a germ freak, and I think knowing that like I would have somebody else's germs in my body, but it's not really my body.
Be bad.
You have hair on your legs, and like I'd have to shave that.
No,
and under
don't
your
do
my
that.
god, under your arms, that would be gone.
All right, calm down.
I'd wax that so quick.
These were all the questions that you guys submitted. So thank you so much for asking them. We have so much more coming your way. So please subscribe, like this video. Hey, you have to like it because we had my parents in this video, and to get them to sit down or just like talk in front of a camera, it's the hardest thing. And you heard it. They were pretty nervous. So
They did a great
I
job.
hope you guys enjoyed their answers. A reminder, we have a website, www.halfpastshot.com, where you can submit your own questions and stories. Half Past crew, we love you. We thank you for your support. And as always, we will see you next Monday at Half Past Shot.
Thank you guys for watching. If you didn't know what I was doing with my hands the whole time, I just got henna done.
Yeah, and you put the henna
I
all
know.
over the soundboard.
No, it's
Now I'm
not.
gonna have to clean it up.
See, this is what I was talking about with you being so dramatic.
All right,
Bruh.
let's just calm down.
Also, shout out to the people that have come here from Instagram because you guys have been watching our daily vlogs. Oh my gosh, thank you for coming here.
Oh my god, did you guys like those? It was so fun.
That was so fun. Everything we've been doing. You guys are probably tired of us, but I'm not tired of posting. So, love you guys.
Get ready to see more of us. Bye.
Bye.